Hi, good day. Our topic for today is about infographics. So first, we're going to define what is an infographic. So according to Oxford Dictionary, infographic is basically a visual representation of information or data. But in the general term, infographics is actually a collection of imagery or charts or graphs that gives an easy to understand overview of a topic. So that's more or less what an infographic is. So how can we create infographics? What are the tools that we can use in terms of creating infographics? And nowadays, especially that we are working on an era that is very much exposed to the internet, we are actually very lucky that we have tons of platforms that we can use so that we can create infographics. And infographics really doesn't need to have a special tool for you to create that. You can actually create an infographics in it's a plain as Microsoft Word, but then again, that would take a lot of tasks to create an infographic in a Microsoft Word. So there are now platforms that has infographic themes that are readily available so that you can just edit or you can just create infographic from scratch. So one of the tools that we will be using for data visualization, especially in terms of creating infographics, is Canva. So I'm aware that you have been introduced to Canva from the previous topics that you have in this particular virtual classroom. But then again, we will be using Canva for this particular topic. Again, we will be the objective of this session is about creating or introducing yourself to an infographic. What is an infographic? How can you do or how can you perform? How can you manipulate an infographic in a platform that is called Canva, right? So I'm pretty sure you are not familiar. I mean, you are very much familiar with Canva because as what I've said, it has been mentioned from the previous topic. So let's go ahead and go to Canva. So from the Google Chrome, I'm just gonna type Canva and it will basically gives me a lot of results. And usually the top one would be the Canva itself. So the website's URL is canva.com, right? So I'm just going to click this one and it will basically open up the platform or the Canva itself. So Canva is a web-based platform, so you need to have an internet for you to use Canva. So the very first thing that you need to do, you need to perform when you're at Canva is you have to sign in. So if you don't have an account yet, you need to sign up, but really you need to sign in. So I'm going to log in since I have an account in Canva already. I'm going to sign in and click sign in via Google. So I will be using my personal email as my sign in. And then let me see if this works. No, it's not working. I'm just going to use another email, right? Okay, so now that we are inside our Canva account, I just have to give you a quick run through in terms of what are the things that you can perform with Canva. If you notice here at the right side, these are some of the options that you can perform. You can have all the designs presented to you. If you have some designs that were shared to you via Canva and all the other things that you can do here, you also have some of the menus like the templates, features. But really what we're going to do is we're going to search for an infographic. Now, if you notice here at the top portion, these are some of the things that are recommended to you based on the algorithm that was imposed in Canva, right? So we can have a presentation, posters, Instagram logo. You can even see that there's an infographic in here. So just in case that you don't have an infographic from the things that you might want to try, what you can do is you can just search infographics in Canva, right? So here I'm just going to, there's a universal search box in Canva here at the upper middle portion. So I'm just going to search here infographics. There might be varying results in terms of infographic, but we'll be just choosing the general term infographic. So right, this one. By default, the infographic size is in terms of pixels that would be 800 by 2000. But then again, you can always edit the size of the infographics based on the needed file size of yeah, based on the needed file size, right? So these are some of the examples of infographics that are currently available, and you can actually choose one and edit, and that will be your infographic output. So see, that's how easy it is in terms of instead of creating an infographic from scratch, what you can do in Canva is that just make sure to have an account and then just look for an infographic here at the universal search box, and then it will basically present some of the very nice looking infographics that are available inside Canva. So you might be having a hard time choosing what particular template of infographics that you will be using, especially that there are tons of very nice looking infographic here. Let's just say for it really the infographics that are presented to you in Canva is it almost covers everything. Not not the actual content of the infographic, because these are just samples, but in terms of how contents are presented to you. Like for example, if you want to have an infographic that presents steps on how to perform things, then you can, there are lots of infographic here that can do just like that. You can even have this one. Let's just say in my case, I want to create an infographics about the steps of how to create a chart in Excel, right? So the one that we just performed earlier on this particular subtopic. So what I'm gonna do is, of course, the first thing is I don't want to create from scratch. Well, I want to, but I don't have the artist talent, as what they say, because really it's very hard for me to create something from scratch. Especially it's an image output. It's an image tool. I'm not good at editing images, so I'm just gonna choose a template presented to me in Canva, because then again, there are tons of templates that can be that is available here. So I'll just choosing this one. Okay. So this is a sample infographic wherein it's a step in terms of creating something. So as you can see, there are 2 pages, but my infographic supposedly only has 1 page. So I'm going to delete this second page. If you notice, this is the second page and it says page 2. I want to delete the page? Yes, I want to delete the page. So I'm going to click that one and I'm left with the first page. So this will be my final infographic. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit the infographic so that it would fit to the output that I want to achieve. Now remember that what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an infographic about creating an Excel chart, a chart in Excel. Okay, so the first step is I'm just going to edit. Take note that each element inside the infographic template, you can actually edit those. Okay, now you can see what are the things that you can apply to the elements by just choosing the element and then looking at the upper left portion of the page. Like for example, if I'm going to click step 1, it will give me options to change the font style, change the font size, the color of the font, the other options that can be customizations that can be applied to fonts. So that's about it. You're just going to edit the content of the current infographic. Let's just say step 1, I'm not going to edit that one. I'm just going to edit this one. So open Microsoft Excel. So I will just make it as simple as possible because I'm just giving you the idea that there are basically tons of templates, infographic templates that you can choose from Canva, right? So step 2, let's just say we're going to import dataset. Open Microsoft Excel, we're going to import the dataset, and then We're going to prepare the data set. Prepare the data set. Preparing meaning you're going to check if there are inconsistencies in your data set, if there are things that you need to remove before you actually perform the actual summation of the data set, right? Now we're going to step number 4. Let's just say summation of the data set, because you need to summarize your data set for you to create the Microsoft Excel file. Oh, I mean the chart. Okay, so summation of data set. So now that your data set is ready, now that's being summarized, it's now time to perform creation of chart. So as simple as it is, this is basically just a very basic example of what an infographic is. In just under 1 or 2 minutes, I have created my own infographic with the current template that is available in Canva. So those are just some of the things that you can do in Canva, especially when we talk about infographics. Now, if you are pretty much, if you are satisfied with the current output, with the current result that you have with your infographics, what you can do is you can download this one. You have here the more options icon at the upper right side, and then there's an action, recommended action, that is download. Right now, if you want to download it, it will basically download it as a PDF file, or if you want it to be a JPEG file, if you want to be a PNG file. Let's just say you want to download this one as a PNG file, and then go download. So it says here downloading. Let's wait for it. So there you go. So it's the infographic that you created in Canva is now available in your local PC, and from here you can actually share it via sharing platforms like Messenger or in other platforms that you might want to share the output with. Or you can also, what you can do is you can also share the link for this one. You can copy the link and then you can share it to again in any platforms like email platforms, social media platforms. You can do that using Canva.